Hi again! Now it's time to access Section 2, Structure and Written Expression in your TOEFL preparation. At the end of this video, you will know its general structure, how it is presented, the general strategies, and what you need to be ready for this section. As usual, take notes for your further reference. First, let's talk about the structure and its components. This section is divided in two parts: structure, where you have to answer 15 items related to sentence completion, and written expression, with 25 items about error identification. So, you have to answer 40 items in 25 minutes. Although it may seem like a lot to do in a short time, in reality it is not that difficult. However, you need some preparation to get the best possible score. Actually, this section can enhance your general score if done correctly. No joke when I tell you that you can master this section with the right preparation, since certain grammar points repeat over some or several items. So investing your time in this section is a bargain. We may say this section is not as stressful as Section 1 because your attention is not divided in audio and questions at the same time, or Section 3 that requires a lot of focus and memory retention. The subjects presented in Section 2 are related to sciences such as astronomy, psychology, economy, music, literature, among others, and controversial subjects or ideas that may interfere with your reasoning are not included at all, such as abortion or political issues. Something you must definitely know is that you will encounter some references to American or Canadian culture, but you don't need to be familiar with them. Just pay attention to the structure and you will get the correct answer even if you didn't understand the sentence. Let's talk about some general strategies to face this section. So, how do you approach the best? There are two possible ways: analysis and intuition. If you go for analysis, you would quickly scan the grammar and discover the missing element in the structure part, or identify the incorrect element in the written expression. If you go for intuition, you would select the option that sounds right in the structure and the one that sounds wrong in the written expression. On a regular basis, you would take the two approaches to your benefit, and you would move from one to the other until you feel you got it. Another strategy includes being familiar with instructions. Don't waste time reading something that you already know. Go straight to answer the first question so you can take advantage of time. This is important. Take an average of 30 seconds in every item. If you find any difficult one, just set a period on your answer sheet as you see on the screen. But do not mark it completely. Then you can come back and double check. It is better not to take too long in an item, since it can ruin your general performance. Although you may feel like an expert in this section, please do not rush. Always consider the 4 options before choosing. One common mistake is to go too quickly and choose the first that seems correct. Never leave any answer blank. If you don't know, just guess before time expires. If you finish before time is called, double check any item you thought it was difficult. Finally, never move to Section 3 or you can be penalized. Okay, after all this brief introduction, now let's start with the second section in the TOEFL examination. It starts as soon as you finish listening comprehension. However, you must wait until the supervisor tells you to start. There are some previous arrangements, such as setting the clock, verifying everyone is on the right page, and the rest of the supervisors are in the place and ready. After all these details are checked, the second section starts. You open your booklet and you will see the number 2 inside the square. Next to it, you can read the section, structure, and written expression as you can see on the screen. And the time would also be displayed on the whiteboard, 25 minutes. Now, pay attention to the directions and get to know them in this video so you don't worry in the real exam. Let me read it for you. This section tests your ability to recognize grammar and usage suitable for standard written English. This section is divided in two parts, each with its own directions. This is the introductory part where the general instructions are displayed. Then, in the same page, underneath, you can see the following instructions. Here, you have the exclusive instructions for the structure section. Let me read it for you. Structure. Directions. Items in this part are incomplete sentences. Following each of these sentences, there are 4 words or phrases. You should select the one word or phrase, A, B, C, or D, that best completes the sentence. Then, fill in the space on your answer sheet that matches the letter of the answer that you have selected. Now, let's see some examples for you to know what to do. By the way, in the real exam, you will also have some examples. Check them to know how this part should be done. This is the first example. Let me read it for you. Example 1. Blood, space, red cells, white cells, platelets, and plasma. We have 4 options. A is, B contains, C begins, D shares. Even if you don't know the vocabulary in the sentence, you can have an idea of how the sentence should be read. So, this sentence should properly read: blood contains red cells, white cells, platelets, and plasma. You should fill B in your answer sheet. Let's check another example. Example 2. Space. Active volcanoes are found in the East Coast or North America. The options are A. There are no, B. Not the, C. It is not, D. No. So, this sentence should properly read: no active volcanoes are found in the East Coast of North America. You should fill D in your answer sheet. As soon as you understand the directions, begin work on this part. There is this black arrow in the bottom of your first page to indicate that you must turn the page and continue the examination by yourself. But, as you know the instructions and you have 2 examples exactly as they are in the exam, you can just skip the examples and move forward to the real items. As soon as you turn the page, you will see on top of the page black circles with the number 2 inside. This is for you to know where you are, and the supervisors can check from the distance that you are in the correct section. Now, focus on your exam and remember there are 15 items of this kind. The count will start with the number 1, obviously, and will end with the number 15. Here, you can see some examples which are obviously not the level or kind of questions you would face, but you can have an idea of how they are displayed in the exam. Don't forget to fill your answer sheet as you have the answers. Oh, by the way, please write the answers in the comments with the title Structure. As soon as you finish the first part, you will see the written expression after 2 pages. These are the instructions. Let me read them for you. Written expression. Directions. The items in this part have 4 underlined words or phrases: A, B, C, and D. You must identify the one underlined expression that must be changed for the sentence to be correct. Then, find the number in the question on your answer sheet and fill in the space corresponding to the letter. Remember that in this part, you must identify the mistake. You don't have to change anything, it is just identification. Let's see some examples. Let me read the example for you. Example 1. You can to play with us if you know the rules. The mistake in this sentence is the use of the modal can. Remember that after modals we write verbs in base form. So the answer is A. Pay attention to select the part of the sentence that is incorrect and must be modified. So the sentence should read, you can play with us if you know the rules. And to finish, just answer by filling the item in your answer sheet. Here we have another example. Example 2. When cooking a cake, a baker is mixed all the ingredients in a bowl. In this case, we are talking about a regular action, present simple if you don't realize it at first. So we need to change passive voice to active voice in simple present, and this sentence should read, when cooking a cake, a baker mixes all the ingredients in a bowl. And the answer is B. We have to change the part to make it correct, but remember, it is just identification. You don't have to change it in the exam. Well, after you have read the examples, you will see a similar black arrow in the bottom of the page, telling you to continue with the exam. The same thing will happen in this part. You will see on top of your booklet the same mark with black circles and number 2 inside. The items will start to count in number 16 and will finish in 40. Now focus on your exam. Remember that you must complete 25 items. Here you have some examples to recognize the structure, but these items are not the level of the exam. But it is the same display. Have a look. They might not be as easy though. Oh, by the way, write your answers in the comments. Okay, finally we did it together. We have finished section 2 and you will see these 2 final indications. This is the end of section 2. If you finish before time is called, check your work on section 2 only. Do not read or work on any other section of the test. Please follow these instructions as they are stated. In the exam, you will see them on capital letters for a good reason. Do not work on any other section or you might be penalized. You can also see in the bottom of the page some hexagons with the word stop in them. After 25 minutes, this section would be closed even if you didn't finish. And this is how we finish section 2, structure and written expression. Check the next videos for exercises and big explanations and hints for your better preparation. Write in the comments if you feel ready for this section and what are you doing to prepare for these 2 parts. Don't forget to check this other video. There is also information that you need for your certification or general level. Certify English, English for your goals.